Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, I am your boy, Chris G, making his return back to Blunt Impact. I had to take a week off to gather all my thoughts going on with this coronavirus going on. Everybody at True Heel Heat hopes everybody at home is safe. You're not touching anybody. You're not sharing your blunts or joints. Hopefully you're smoking that shit by yourself. I know I am not, because as you can see, I am not joined by my co-host Mary Jane today. It's the coronavirus, man. We're quarantined. Budman is quarantined. It is what it is. So today is gonna be beer impact. How about that? Or LITPACT, because I'm already kind of lit. So I know we skipped a week. Just want to touch over a few things that happened on last week's episode. Basically, Chris Bay appeared. He debuted. He looked good. He's going to be in a match tonight. Sami Callihan was behind the ICU glitch, which I predicted. I know, pat on the back. That's pretty much that all went on last week. For those watching at home, I'm not lighting anything up, but if you're lighting up, I'm cracking this open. Maybe you want to crack a cold one with your boy. So on 3, we're going to crack this bitch up. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. This is being presented to you by Stella Artois. I am not getting paid for this. I should be though. So the first match we had up was an 8-man, not a tag, an 8-man singles match between, I'm gonna have to look at the notes for this, Willie Mack, Chris Bay, AC Romero, Daga, Rohit Raju, Jake Christ, Cousin Jake from the Deaners, those Gator fucking guys, and Trey from the Rascals. 8 people is a lot of people to have in any match. A tag match, every man for himself. If it's not a battle royal, why do we need 8 people in a fucking match? I have no clue. But anyways, put 8 people on the same match. Chris Bay and Trey had a nice little sequence where it was basically a bunch of counters. A lot of flippy shit, as people like to call it. It was cool though. Showcases the athleticism of both men. I dig it. Daga had a few good spots. Like I've said previously on episodes, he is the strongest short guy I've ever seen in my life. AC Romero, I really wasn't behind him before this match, but this fucking guy can go, and he's a guy who's about 400 pounds. He's probably more. And this guy's doing suicide dives and jumping off of shit. I mean, the shit that he does for somebody his size, it's amazing. I really dug what he was doing this match. It was a lot better than I expected. I expected a total clusterfuck, but this match was actually produced well because everybody got to shine. Everything was split up where it wasn't sloppy. It was a good 8-man match, but at the end of the day, my man Willie Mack gets the W. This match just happened to determine the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. Last week, Willie Mack and Ace Austin had a little confrontation, and Ace basically said, I want to be a tag partner. Willie Mack was like, nah, I'm waiting for Rich Swann to come back, but I'm going to go after your X Division Championship. So it's a future match to look forward to. Should be great. By the way, these are my girlfriend's beers. I think she wants to slit my throat because I took them. Next, we had OVE in the back, which was both Chris brothers. Jake Chris coming back from getting his ass whooped in the 8-man. Dave Chris and Madman Fulton basically going back and forth about how Sammy left him. Jake Chris, you know, that's his best friend. He thinks Sammy is just testing them. I guess we'll find out. They want to be OVE, but they want to be OVE completely. With the whole family. Ohio versus everything. Good for you. I'm just hopeful that Madman Fulton gets a fucking win in 2020. One of us needs a W. Because everybody else in 2020 been taking L's. That motherfucker needs a win. Next up, we have Moose versus Chase Stevens. I still don't know who the fuck Chase Stevens is. He's being booked as a TNA legend. What? I just like his I like his name. I like his name. That's it. Anyway, it's a squash match. Moose needs better. I'm tired of. I say it every week on this fucking show. Moose needs better. Doesn't need to be squashing 40-year-old legends from 2003 who barely had a cup of tea, if you know what I mean. Yeah, should have been a rapper. At the end of the match, Moose is just beating up Chase Stevens. Scott D'Amore comes out to like, hey, you know, we get it, you're Mr. Impact. If you want to bury TNA, just look behind you. He looks behind him and it's suicide. Suicide. The guy from the fucking video game that they made in 2005. Suicide. This guy didn't kill himself. Listen to his name. Anyway, he like does a little drop kick and a fucking splash off the top. Whatever. Moose runs away. It is what it is. Next up, we have Rosemary drinking at the bar with Raven. Never thought I'd see that one. Basically talking about how life goes on. Everything is forever. Why get tired of the same old shit when it's just a cycle that lives on forever? And he compared it to his drama with Tommy Dreamer. I hope that doesn't apply for 2020, man, because I'm tired of seeing the same shit happen over and over and over. Next up, we see Willie Mack. He approaches Ace Austin with Reno Scum. They draw back and forth about their future X Division title match, which is sure, 100% positively sure, to be a really good match. Johnny Swinger then interrupts and tells Willie Max about his Rizax and his Bizax. Like, bro, get the fuck out of my face with that. I don't want to see you. Don't want to hear you. Swing your jabroni ass out of my TV. Speaking of Reno Scum, they were up next against the Rascals, and they won. What the fuck? It started slow, then the pace quickened up because the Rascals started getting the upper hand. Then like one or two mistakes led to Reno Scum capitalizing. They hit their double team finisher and they win the match. Why? Why? Why is Reno Scum winning matches over the Rascals? What did the Rascals do to deserve this? Do they smoke that much weed? Like, does that bother everybody? That they're high all the time? This is bullshit, and I'm putting in a protest. Next up, we see Su Yung, and she's chilling, getting ready for the other realm, or the under realm. I forgot what the fuck it was called. The Never Realm? The Undead Realm. The Undead Realm match. But we see Su Yung, and she got the shank. She puts it in her leg, little pocket thingy, and just walks away like nothing happened. Like if she's in fucking C block of Rikers and she's about to hit somebody with toothbrush shank in the shower. She just casually strolls on by. Next we get another Tennille Dashwood vignette, the same one we've been watching for 3 weeks. Like, just bring her out, just let her do a match. I want to see black and white vignettes of her walking down the Vegas Strip. That shit does not entertain me. Sorry. Then we had the flashback moment of the week, which of course is always an old TNA match that was good. This one happened to be LAX, the original LAX of Homicide and Hernandez, and Hector Guerrero. How about that? Hector Guerrero versus Team 3D. I mean, I'm sure it was a good match, but they skipped through half the match just to show like the last 4 minutes into the finish. Stop putting these on television, man. Just fucking let TNA die out. Hopefully they let it die out after this No Place Like Home event that I think was rescheduled because of the corona. Man, just let it fade into obscurity like the rest. Next we get a cancel culture vignette. And it's Joey Ryan speaking about canceling the Deaners because they looked at Katie wrong. And RVD and Katie have basically quarantined themselves. What that means is that RVD is taking bong hits while Katie's twerking in his face. And after he takes the bong rips, him, Katie, and their girlfriend go have a 3-way dance. Cheers to you, my brother. Next, we get a Deaners vignette. I don't even know what to say. These guys look like they drink mud on the weekends in bars. But they basically talking about beating Joseph Ryan, or Joey Ryan, or Joseph Ryan, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Beating him and being a part of culture. They will not be canceled, apparently. They keep showing the Deaners on my TV, they will be fucking canceled. Next up, we had Rhino and Sabu versus OVE. What the fuck am I supposed to say about this? Sabu looks like he can barely walk. He can barely take any bumps. He looks like one of those fat guys with skinny arms. Not like I'm turning into one of them or whatever. His fucking hairline goes all the way to the back of his head. Like, he has a salute from up here, bro. Poor guy looks like he's in pain. He shouldn't even be out there. I feel bad for him. I just want him to bask in his glory days. Go into WWE Network and watch like Heatwave 97. Just chill the fuck out. Stop wrestling. This match was basically, you know, slow as shit. Couple hardcore spots, which was only chairs. Then Dave Chris pushed the ref, and it's the same ref that always looks drunk with the droopy face, like he just had a fucking half a Svedka. Like, come on, man. Rhino and Sabu get the win. They get the win against Dave Chris and Madman Fulton, who has been taking L after L after L after L. Like, seriously, man. There has to be a bigger storyline to this. My prediction, the whole thing with Sammy going on, I expect Sammy to regain the championship at some point. I would make Madman Fulton or Jay Chris X Division champion, and the other two remaining guys tag team champions, and have OVE run fucking crazy on the roster for a few months, for 2 or 3 months, just to see how it goes. And there's easily ways you can do it. You can have the North drop titles to a babyface team to have OVE scoop it for them. You can have, who's that X Division champ? Well, Ace Austin, you can have him lose it to Willie Mack, then him lose it to Madman Fulton. You know? Why not? Or to Jake Chris, make him a 2-time X Division champion. And then you have Tessa lose the belt in the triple threat to Eddie, right? Who pins Michael Elgin, so you keep Tessa strong. So Eddie's champ. They reignite the feud with him and Sammy, but this time it's over the title. Feels a little bit different, feels more important. And then you have OVE ruling everything. I might have a knack for this shit. Next up, we have Jessica Havoc versus Su Yung in the Undead Realm, which apparently is only in fucking James Mitchell's room. He has like a throne and a bunch of decor and a nice little rug. But apparently that's the Undead Realm because these two chicks just beat each other up in that room. Back and forth with weapons. Su Yung had a fucking sword, like a machete. Like she was ready to slice her up, bro. Yeah, that shit is scary. Out of nowhere, some brolic dude comes out as a statue, right? He's in the statue in the background and he just comes alive and just starts beating the shit out of Su Yung with a bat. Then she sliced his throat with the sword. Or the machete. Like, this shit took a turn. This was like a bad Jason movie. What's up with Father James' eyebrows? They fucking go in. They look like antlers. They look like deer antlers, literally, on his eyebrows. His deer is the nose, and his fucking antlers are the eyebrows. What is going on? They basically beat each other up. He goes, you guys are both more trouble than you are worth. So he has his little minions beat him up. And then he banishes them to a desert. To a desert. I don't know if it was the Sahara or the fucking desert in Arizona or the Amazon. I don't know what desert it was. But he banished them to it. Our main event of the night was Michael Elgin and Taya Valkyrie versus Eddie Edwards and Tessa Blanchard, aka the world's champion. It was a good back and forth match. Had a good amount of time. Physical towards the end. Couple spots here and there. Sets up really good for the triple threat match that's going to happen at Rebellion for the world's champion between Tessa, Eddie, and Michael. Michael and Tessa get the win at the end. I'm still expecting Eddie Edwards, I guess, or Michael Elgin to pin each other in that match. One of them will become the world's champion. Tessa will lose the belt, but stay strong. It's just the most logical decision at this point for me, especially if Sammy's going to get it back, which I think he should because he's the most consistent character on that show when he's there every day. After that match, we show Jessica Havoc and Su Yung in the desert again. Out of nowhere, Rosemary appears because apparently she breaks the laws of physics and she could appear at a fucking cocktail bar, then a desert, then the ring, then in Walmart buying fucking toilet paper. She can be anywhere she wants to be at one time because she's Rosemary. But she's with them. She says she got their back, basically brings them back. Havoc then slits James Mitchell's throat. She kills him. She kills James Mitchell. Father James Mitchell is dead. He is officially just a producer. He is not an on-screen character anymore. They killed that one. This is the only Impact episode I've seen where they killed at least 2 people. This shit is bananas. This coronavirus is wild. Got people inspiring to kill other people on TV. All in all, it wasn't the best Impact episode. I really miss the North. Every time the North is not on an Impact episode, I feel betrayed because they are one of the better parts of the Impact zone. Chris Bay is really impressive. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him in the future. Moose needs better, way better. And I'm just happy to see Sammy back. He cut a little promo too. But I'm excited to see what happens next week, what happens at Rebellion. To be completely honest, I think it happened. I think it is this Sunday. If it's not, it's next Sunday for sure. We're gonna have to research that one, pal. Before we go, we're gonna crack another one. Cheers to everybody affected by this coronavirus. It is important that we all stick together. You take the necessary precautions. Wash your hands, wash your ass, wear gloves, wear a mask. Even if you're going out to feed the fucking birds, wear a mask and gloves. Don't share your blunts. Here at True Heel Heat, our hearts go out to everybody being affected by it. We can only hope that you guys are safe, trying to stay mentally competent during this quarantine, because I know this shit could drive everybody crazy, but let's face it, gives you more time to watch us. You can subscribe on the YouTube channel, True Heel Heat. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we're on Twitter. We might even be on Tinder. Not me personally, but there might be a True Heel Heat Twitter. Who knows? You can follow me at spick_flare_woo with 3 O's. It's right there, right in the black part of the toaster oven. You can't fucking miss it. For my co-host Beer, aka Stella, for today. I miss Mary Jane just as much as you guys, trust me. But hopefully we will be back next week with an actual episode of Blunt Impact. Joints and Jabronis, the next episode will be hopefully dropped this week or next week for sure. I'm just waiting for material to write itself because there's no fucking wrestling happening. So for us at True Heel Heat, we hope everybody stays safe. I am your boy Chris G, and I will catch you next time.